from Woburn, Massachusetts. Um, ugh, I am sick. So we are not going to do a meeting in the morning. I am going to sleep in because I do not have a listing in the morning. And I'm going to hope that I am in good health enough to do the afternoon listings because we have two afternoon listings. One's technically morning, but it's late morning. And yeah, so you have one photo project today, and then I'm going to ask that you edit the second trial video that I sent. And I want to go over some things. So I haven't seen your video yet. This will be the first time, my first view. And also these Medford photos. There was a few things I changed before sending to the client that I wanted to show you. And these are very, very subtle, but very impactful things. This was the picture that you delivered. And how I changed it was I turned it into this. Few things to notice here. The first is I got rid of the sidewalk. So just like looking at this picture, the first thing I did that is applicable to almost every house is houses this tall. I like them to be like a shot like this shot. I would make it a little more vertical. Like I feel like all the lines in this are messed up. Like this sidewalk line is like not parallel with the border of the image. The stairs don't look horizontally parallel. This line doesn't even seem like the same angle as this line. This line's a little off. And then this wire is throwing the whole image off because it's like a straight line that doesn't run parallel to the top of the border. It just looks horrible. Now, I almost always say, do not delete wires. Do not Photoshop out wires because it is illegal. Why is it illegal? We can't misrepresent homes. We have to show the home as it is. We can change the sky. We can change the lighting. That kind of stuff. But we can't change anything about the home or the location. I can't Photoshop the neighbors' houses out. You can't. You can change the landscaping because the landscaping changes day to day. But you can't, like, I could Photoshop out a stick that's laying on the yard because that stick won't be there when they sell the house. So it's like all those things you can do. But if it's something that's going to be there when the house sells or something that comes with the house, like the power lines, you can't change that. But is it illegal if you're not going to get caught? Basically, the camera is almost under that power line. It's very close to being underneath the power line, right? Who's to say that it wasn't underneath the power line, right? Like, this picture, right? You can't say that the camera was underneath the power line because someone would stand across the street and be like, they faked it. It would be obvious. And someone would get mad and then they would report the listing and the agent would get in trouble with the board. It would be horrible and I would never get hired again. But. This power line, if I crop it a little bit, and then, I think the power line was running right across here. It was like at the very top. And then I delete it. You know, I delete the rest of it. Yes, honey? What's up? I think I'm getting called for dinner. 1 second. Hello? I don't want to get up. Jesus. Recording Inception. No. Alright. We're back from dinner. Just had dinner. It was a wonderful dinner. Now, back to this. So, yes, I deleted part of the power line illegally, but we're not going to get caught, so it's okay. You have to be very careful with this. Very calculated. Best to err on the side of caution. But we're also selling like a 1-point-something million house. So, you want it to look good. So, we made it look good by deleting that power line very subtly in a fashion that we will never get caught. So, we made this turn into this. Nope, sorry. We made this turn into this. Now, we also brought the sidewalk, put that away. I really had to play with the geometry on this one to make sure these horizon lines were as straight as possible, and trying to get this all to look natural, because the hard thing is to make it look natural. Like, anyone can move the vertical slider, anyone can move the rotation slider, but are you going to take the minute to like play with the rotation slider, then the vertical slider, then the aspect slider, then maybe the vertical slider again, and then the horizontal slider for the straight on image to make it as good as possible? That's what you got to do. On a very nice house like this, you can't just like run the room, you know? So, this image turned to this image. So one of the things I did, if we notice where this wire is in relation to this little notch. Oh, I swear the wire was in it. Maybe. Oh, I might have pushed in further. Anyways, we got rid of the top wire in this one. And then also did the same thing with the, vertical corrections and making sure the house looked... Like, you'll notice that this line and this line aren't parallel, but it's really close. I find that if you make it parallel, like in this image, this is the one I did. This is your final. This is my final. All you can see, all I did was bring the house up. This line is not parallel with this. Oh, I'm sick. Excuse me. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Oh. This line is not parallel with this line, and this line is not parallel with this line, which is what we want. We don't want those lines to be parallel, because if it's parallel, it looks weird, especially because we're looking up at a house. But you want them close to parallel, which is kind of what we're seeing. Like this is my version. This is your version. Pretty much did the same thing. I cropped it in a little bit, and then there was, I will admit, I did break the law a little bit. This power line was still a little bit in the image. You can kind of see the Photoshop line where it got taken away, which is not good. We should be doing a better Photoshop job than that, but whatever. It's fine. Kind of see the Photoshop line, and we deleted it. Will we get caught? Probably not, because it's understandable that we would be under the power line at this point. I'm kind of noticing this, and that's not a good thing, but whatever. you get the point. If it's reasonable that the power line wouldn't have been in the shot, then we can delete the power line. But if it's unreasonable, like these going to the house, those can never get deleted because they're attached to the house. Someone would just be like, why was that wire not in the shot? And then people get in trouble and people get mad at me. So pretty much the same thing for all these images. Like this one, very subtle, right? Very subtle. I deleted the power line over here. Oh, you can see the Photoshop error of where I deleted the power line. And I cropped it down a little bit. And that was just kind of like a headroom thing. So like here to here, I liked, I wanted to crop it in a little bit and delete the power line. Because I felt like the power line the power lines here, I feel like aren't as horrible to the image as this power line was. Because I feel like this power line being so close to the border almost like messes up your whole like perspective on the geometry. Now I also messed with the geometry a little bit, but yeah. And also this is a really good example. As you can see, that we have like 3 straight-ons here. Close to the house, less close to the house, far from the house. The farther we get back from the house, naturally, the more parallel these lines become with our border. So we got this, and this. Less parallel, even less parallel. And that's kind of... Now the natural images, not natural, but the less corrected images, this is what it really... that's kind of what it really looks like, right? Or closer. Of course you did corrections, but I'm just saying, like, this is closer to the real tilt than this is. But you almost need to edit in that realism, which is very subtle, but very important. Anyways, okay. That is the exterior edits kind of overview review that I wanted to do with you. Because this image right here, this is the key shot of the house. This is the shot, I can guarantee it. This is going to be the first image on Zillow. We can actually check 29 Summit. Not for sale yet. But yeah, last sold for 200,000. That's crazy. Anyways, yeah. What's the Zestimate? Let's see. Yeah, 1.2 million. So, as you can see, it's going to be an expensive house. Now, my bet is this shot right here is going to be the key shot. This shot is going to be the first thing that people see when they're looking for a $1.2 million house in Medford, Massachusetts. Oh, I'm so sick right now. This shot is someone's first impression. This shot is, I know I'm being dramatic, but like, think about it. Like, say you have the ability to buy a $1.2 million house. Let's go on. Actually, that's a great exercise. Let's go on Zillow right now. And let's put in Medford, Mass. Look at this. This is the competition. This is the town of Medford or city of Medford. And this is the competition. 1.17 million. This right here is our direct competition. And you have to say, would you rather have this house or this house. Now, this house is definitely more beautiful. Let's forget about the statistics of this house. But you see what I mean. Like, these are all the first pictures. This first picture, this first picture. You know, there's this first picture. This first picture I hate. That's disgusting. Gross. But obviously we're competing with the 1.2 millions. Like this 1.1, this one, 900,000, 1.1, 1.3. Hard to compete with that, but, you know. What I'm saying is, our picture is going to be in this group of pictures, and we want ours to stand out. We want ours to be the best picture. And honestly, I think we're doing a pretty good job. Nice trees, nice yard, beautiful hardscape, perfect spacing on each side, like nice blue sky in the background, beautiful colonial, Victorian, whatever. You get my point. This is very important. Obviously, all the pictures are very important. But it's worth the extra little time. That's all I'm saying. All right, now it's time to review the video, and I'm going to end the screen recording, make a new one for that.